Representative, welcome back to the program. I want to talk to you about reproductive rights right out of the gate here. Republicans are targeting IVF and vitro fertilization. Do you expect that to be an issue in Texas next session? And if so, do Democrats have any chance of countering it?
Well, if you don't think that IVF is going to be an issue, then you haven't been paying attention. As someone that has been undergoing my own fertility journey, I am very afraid for what is coming down the pipe as far as extremist Republicans in our state. And it's not just in vitro fertilization, it's all different types of alternative reproductive technologies. So, this is artificial insemination, this is surrogacy. And when families are undergoing infertility, they need to have all options on the table to make it less burdensome for them, not just emotionally and physically, but also financially. IVF is very rarely covered under any insurance plan. These are parents that are desperately wanting to start their family. So I definitely believe it's at risk, and people should be paying attention.
Republicans obviously have majorities in both houses and the governorship as well, though. Is there anything Democrats could do to stop it?
Well, absolutely. I think, as someone who won a competitive race in 2022, I was the only Democrat to flip a seat. It was the most expensive race in the Texas House. And we did it because we focused on the things that matter, the kitchen table issues. Childcare and the price of a quality childcare is out of control in this state. Water infrastructure, grid infrastructure needs modernization. These are the things that Democrats are talking about. These are the things that our constituents are talking about. We are so tired of this partisan divide. Texas is the eighth largest economy in the world, and we need to protect the Texas miracle.
Well, talking about it's one thing, defeating it is something else, though.
I think I'm really proud of what the Texas Democratic Party has done. We have put up qualified candidates in every competitive race, all the way from North Texas to the RGV. And we're doing the work. We're knocking on the doors. We're talking to constituents. People know what's at risk in November. Our schools are underfunded. We have mandates put on our schools that they can't meet. Even here in Plano ISD, we had 4 campuses closed down. One right here in HD 70, that's a school that specializes in children that are deaf and hard of hearing. These policies are having really, really bad effects in our communities, and Democrats are talking about it. And I think we're going to win on it too.
Leadership, of course, in the House is going to determine what happens with a lot of these issues. Dade Phelan likely is running again. Do you think he can get reelected?
Well, we are really a long way from January. And I believe that the person that is going to hold the gavel to the people's house needs to be someone that's really a representative of the people. There's going to be 150 new members coming onto the House floor next session. Those people were elected within their districts. And we'll see
who would you like to see? Who would you like to see in there?
Well, I really don't know who all is running right now. No one has reached out to me to ask for my vote yet. But when I look at leadership, when I look at the person that's going to be holding the gavel to the people's house, I'm looking for a pragmatic leader. I'm looking for someone who's focused on the policies, not partisan divide, public education, housing affordability. Like I said, grid infrastructure, water infrastructure. These are things that we need to be focusing on. We're only in the legislature 140 days every 2 years. Yeah. So we need to have a pragmatic leader. And as the Speaker of the House, we need to have someone that's representative of an entire state, and not disenfranchising half of our state and districts like mine.
Have Democrats been talking behind the scenes about who they might support?
Oh my God, everybody's talking. I think everybody is talking in front of the scenes, behind the scenes. It's one of the biggest questions that everyone is, has at the front of their mind.
But well, what are they saying? What are lawmakers saying?
Well, I've just seen a lot of people have put their name in the race. I know that there's a lot of Republicans talking back and forth as what they would like to see in a speaker. Democrats are talking about the same thing, what they would like to see in a speaker. Currently, we have 64 Democrats in the House. We need 76 to elect a Speaker of the House. And so, it is going to be a bipartisan coalition that elects the Speaker. I think that the best legislation that comes out of the Texas House is bipartisan legislation. And so we'll see. But yeah, everybody's talking about it. And like I said, no one has called me and asked for my vote yet.
Let's talk about school vouchers for a moment. That's kind of the thing that everyone's watching as well in Austin next January. Do you expect school vouchers now have enough votes to pass?
No, I do not think that school vouchers are going to pass. When we talked about this issue during the legislative session, I told you it's not going to pass. And I still strongly believe that school vouchers are not going to pass in Texas. We have a constitutional duty to fund public education. And I believe that there will be a bipartisan coalition, again, ready to make our point, to debate this issue, and to do what's right for our public schools. Voucher scams, they're handouts to the wealthy. They're being pushed by a small few number of people, West Texas billionaires. The majority of Texans love their public schools. Me growing up, I loved my Friday night lights, and that's part of our Texas culture. So I don't see vouchers passing.
Your district has been listed as one of the Republicans' best opportunities to flip a Democratic seat.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. We do the work. They said that last cycle. I was outfunded 4-1. We won because we knocked on every door. We talked to every voter. We're in our communities. I'm from my community, and we're gonna do the work, and we're gonna win in November because these races are showing that people are tired of the divisiveness. They want a government that works for them. I'm really proud that I didn't just get elected. I was effective. I was the Democratic Freshman of the Year for the LSG, a nonpartisan policy group. I was able to author as a freshman 2 bills that were signed by the governor and pass a $6.2 million budget rider for early childhood intervention care, the first increase in 10 years. We're talking about things that are having real differences in people's lives, not this nonsense that the Republicans talk about that really have nothing to do with the kitchen table issues.
Do you see Democrats picking up any other seats in the Texas House in November?
I absolutely do. Yes.
Which
And
ones?
I'm super excited. There's a couple of competitive ones. No one knows exactly who's going to win. No one thought we were going to flip 14 seats in 2018 when we brought in a slate of young, excited legislators that have been doing amazing work since then. So I know that there's 2 super competitive seats in Bexar County. There's one down in the RGV, maybe 2. I know there's 2 right here in North Texas, one that borders our district. And so I'm excited to see them do the work, them talk to their constituents, and then win in November.
Representative, we appreciate the time as always. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Thank you so much, Jason. You have a wonderful day.